Many new creators assume that if they just show up with their personality to YouTube, they will get a following and they will grow their channel easily. But that's just not the case, because if you don't showcase your uniqueness on your channel, people won't know why they should choose your content over someone else doing the exact same content. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to strategically highlight your authenticity so that you can stand out in a crowded platform. Hey there, Alexa Saarenoja here. Welcome to my channel where I help new YouTubers to grow on YouTube. Okay, so this is how we're going to be more strategic about our authenticity and our personality in order to showcase it on YouTube. Step number one, we are going to audit our competitors. So I want you to audit your competitors or people that you are inspiring to you or that you aspire to be like. Think of people in your industry that are just killing it, that you love, that you really enjoy watching, okay? Take a handful of those people. And what I want you to do is go to their YouTube channels or their podcasts or their courses or wherever you see these people in video format and watch them and listen to them and pick out in your mind, why do you like them? What is it about how they present themselves, how they present the material? What is it that's so magnetizing to you? Is it their personality? Are they super all over the place, energized and bubbly? Are they calm and very zen? How are they dressed? Are they dressed professionally? Are they dressed casually? Do they wear a hat? Are they wearing glasses? What is it about them when you watch them and you look at them that you are drawn to? Really pay attention to. I want you to pay attention to everything in the video that you see. Pay attention to the words they use, the catchphrases they use. You know, I follow Sean Cannell. I've mentioned that on here so many times. He is one of my mentors. I absolutely love Sean Cannell's work and Think Media and all that they do, right? And one of his catchphrases is always like, okay, folks, let's land the plane. Let's land the plane now. And he says that phrase all the time, but he's trained us as his viewers and subscribers to know that when he says he's landing the plane, he's wrapping it up. We've been on a long discussion in a lesson or whatever, a workshop, whatever, but he's landing the plane now. He's going to summarize the main points of all this stuff he said so that we can absorb it and digest it and make use of it in our own lives, right? So that's one of his catchphrases, land in the plane. So what are they saying? Like, what's a catchphrase they use? And really pay attention to how they deliver information and how are they structuring their videos? Like, are they telling stories? Are they a storyteller? Or do they get the point across with humor? Maybe they're all about charts and graphs and showing spreadsheets. What is their style of presenting information and what do you like about it? Like, why do you watch them? What keeps you engaged? So that's part one of step one. Step one is to audit your competitors and your inspiration, people that you aspire to be like, right? Part two of step one, after you've analyzed everything you like about them, pick out what you don't like. What bugs you about them? What do you wish they did differently? What topics do you wish they covered that they don't cover? What is missing from their channel? And another thing you can do is also think about things that you think about when you're watching their channel or their shows or their courses that they're not saying that you think is important to say. Like, wow, they always talk about this topic, but they leave this piece out that I think is so important for personal growth and development. I'm really surprised that they leave this piece out. That piece of information is really important to you, and that piece of information could help lots of other people. So maybe that piece of information is for your channel and for you to promote, and that might be the missing thing that stands you apart from, say, Tony Robbins or Joe Dispenza or whoever people are, Mel Robbins, whoever people are following for personal development and growth. That might be your one thing that stands out, right? So pay attention. To quickly summarize this step, pay attention to what they're doing that you like, what they're doing that you don't like, and what might be missing from their content that you could then kind of tap into that gap. Okay, step two then is to do the exact same thing for your channel. That's right. I want you to audit your channel as if you are the competition. And I want you to watch your videos and pay attention to what you're doing. You're saying that you, like, maybe you make your own self laugh watching your videos. Maybe you're funny. Maybe you find out, God, this is so boring. I don't even want to watch. I don't even want to sit through my own video. Okay, great. We're learning what we do and don't like about our own videos. And I really want you to get into the mindset that you're watching it as a competitor. You're watching a competitor and you're thinking, okay, why should I watch this person? What is it about them that I really like, that I'm drawn to, right? How are they showing up? How are they dressed? How are they speaking about things? Are they energized? Are they boring? Are they dull? Are they zen? Also think about like what's around you, like what is around you in the video is also speaking about who you are, right? So let's say you watch someone and you're auditing another channel and someone's sitting in a lounge chair and they're smoking a pipe, right? So they're obviously that type of person with a pipe and a lounge chair and maybe a newspaper. That is a personality, right? My personality, I'm usually dressed in black. Today I'm not, but I'm usually dressed in black wearing glasses, and this is my background, right? My background has art that my children has done. Plants are important to me. Books are important to me. Those are like what you have in your background is speaking to your audience about you. So like photos or artwork of my children speaks to the fact that I'm a mother, that I have small children, and that I love their artwork. I love my children. So that is something that represents me, right? I also have this whole little shrine thing here that is more of my woo-woo side that you can't really see because the background is blurred, right? But it's got some buffaloes. It's got a white buffalo. I'm obsessed with Native American culture. I love Native American culture. So I also have some pottery that has been carved by Native Americans in the US. I have some sage there. I have some candles there. I have some incense and stuff like that. So that is also speaking to my personality. So pay attention to what's in your background and what it says about you. So what is in the environment of where you're filming also showcases who you are. Okay. So step 1, audit your competitors. Step 2, audit yourself like you are a competitor. Watch the last 5 videos you've done on YouTube and really analyze them and see what stands out as good, bad, and missing. Okay. Next is this. Step 3, to inject more of you into your content so that you can expose, emphasize, showcase your personality more. And we can do that with a variety of different things. Like I mentioned, your background. You can emphasize your personality with your background without even having to say anything. The way you show up, the way you dress is also expressing your personality. Like for example, if you turn on a channel and a woman has like bright red glasses, she's got a crazy outfit, you know right away this person loves fashion and is into being very bold, right? Think about what you say. Think about how you say it. So for example, if you say things like, I hear you. I really hear you guys. I know where you're coming from, right? I hear you is different than saying I see you or I feel you. If I feel you, it's more intuitive. It means you're a more intuitive person. You're more about your feelings, about a gut feeling. Whereas I see you, you're more about visuals. You're more about paying attention to how you see things in the world. If you hear things, you're more audible, right? So how are you speaking about things? Do I hear you? Do I feel you? Do I see you? And then also thinking about catchphrases. Like what catchphrases do you usually say in life? Like for example, I had no idea. I say, oh man, all the time in life. I had absolutely no clue that I said that. Like some phrases we're aware that we say, but some we aren't. The other day, the Viking was telling me, the Viking is my husband, that's how I refer to him. The Viking was telling me that our daughter Ramona was starting to sound like me because she was saying, oh man. And I was like, oh man, I never say oh man. And he's like, you say oh man all the time. And so like you might not even know what your catchphrases are. So you could ask your friends, what are your catchphrases? What do I say all the time, right? So pay attention to that and starting to fuse it. But you can also strategically do this too. You can start to think of quotes that you really love or notice things that you say often in your videos, and that could start to become part of who you are, part of your channel, part of like Sean Cannell's, we're landing the plane, folks. Let's land the plane. Now we're going to land the plane, right? So we know he's wrapping up. On my channel, I often say, if I can do it, you can do it. Instead of saying, why them, not me, say, if them, then me, right? That's one of my catchphrases. I really believe anyone can do YouTube if you put your heart and soul into it and you actually go for it, right? And you don't let doubt stop you and stuff like that. So those are a lot of my catchphrases. Don't let doubt stop you. If I can, you can. So what could be your catchphrases? And you can also think about using these catchphrases as you're talking about things, but also at the end of your videos, as you close out your video. You know, some people end their videos with things like, let's heal together, or there's some musical element that comes at the beginning of the video or the end of the video, or when they change slides or something like that, that really brands their identity into their videos. So you want to think about how you can infuse more of you into your content. And I want you to really pay attention to what you're watching in your own videos of if that's shining through. For example, if I watch my videos from 8 years ago, I tried to start a channel 8 years ago when I was pregnant, and then I started to realize what being a parent was, and it fizzled away quite quickly. But I went back and watched those videos, and I do not know who that girl was. Like, I came to the screen like, so today we're going to talk about this. And I was so, like, not myself. I was stiff. I was in a presenter voice that I've never even heard myself use in real life. You know, I just wasn't myself. I laugh at that video. I'm like, who is she? Like, did I talk like that 8 years ago? I must have been so freaking annoying if I talk like that, right? So like, really watch your videos and come from a place of love. Like, you are being critical of yourself, but you want to improve. So be critical and look for ways to improve. Look for ways to infuse your personality. Look for ways to bring up your quirks. Let's say you love Harry Potter. So you can start to mention things like, if you're teaching a teaching point and you have a kind of a way to teach that point, you could be like, yeah, remember in Harry Potter, if any of you have watched, when this person does this and it ends up like this, and that could relate to what you're teaching, but you're quickly infusing that you're a Harry Potter fan, right? Because you brought up Harry Potter as an example of how to explain something you're trying to explain, right? So that shows your personality. So there's lots of ways you can infuse it without being like, I love cats, right? You know, you can bring it in ways that that is enhancing your content already, but then it's also like, oh, someone will be like, whoa, she likes Harry Potter, me too. And if they don't like Harry Potter, it's not going to turn them off, right? Because they're not like, you're not like constantly like Harry Potter, Harry Potter, Harry Potter, right? It's like you bring it up. Or like maybe you are watching a current series on Netflix that you love and you infuse that, you make a comment about it in your video. So it shows that you like this series on Netflix, and someone might also like that series that's watching you, and it gives them another connection point to you. So don't be afraid to infuse into your content who you are and showcase your personality and your uniqueness. It will only help your channel grow faster because it'll draw people to you. And don't be afraid to have opinions. People want to watch people that are not just giving us lists of things to do, that they actually stand for something. They actually have a backbone. They're interesting people. They have lived life and they have something to share, right? So don't be afraid to share your thoughts and opinions. So I would say the more of you that you can infuse into your videos, the better you will do on YouTube. Because it feeds into authenticity, it feeds into personality, it feeds into showing a real person, and people want to watch real people. You know, with the rise of AI, with the rise of Photoshop, with the airbrushing, all of that stuff, right? We want to see real people these days. And by showing up, being yourself, and actually emphasizing your own personality more, it adds a layer of spice to your content. We don't want white bread, right? We don't just want plain bread. We want banana bread. We want banana bread with raisins and nuts. We want like pasta with spices. You know, we want to make it, we want to taste the flavors. We want to be really excited about the content we're watching. We don't want dry, boring content. If we're going to be watching something on YouTube, we want to be entertained. We want to laugh with the person that's talking. We want to have fun. We want to feel like we're getting the information in a way that's memorable, because when you get information in a way that's memorable, it also helps you to retain that information and then also apply that information in your life. And if that user, that viewer is applying the information you're providing them because they remembered it because of who you are, and it changes their life, they will keep coming back to your channel because they actually took action on something because you were memorable and they remembered to do it and they actually did it. And then they were like, this person's gold. I'm going back to watch more of their content. They have helped me in my life in this particular manner. And if you feel overwhelmed by anything I just said, and you're like, this is so much to think about, and you want a mentor for YouTube, a mentor to help you grow on YouTube faster and more strategically, then definitely consider, I have a mentorship program opening again this spring. I will be taking about 8 people into that program. So if you are interested in getting into that 3-month program, click the link in the description below and apply. Okay, great. Have a wonderful day, you guys, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.